What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the WrestleMania main events revealed, the real reason why Austin Theory joined the Vision, a WWE return was kept top secret, nobody noticed Brock Lesnar broke character last night, Paul Heyman caught shoving a young kid at Survivor Series, is Bron Breakker injured, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Now first story looks at the WrestleMania main events revealed. Now our top story today takes a look ahead to WrestleMania 42 in April, as it appears we now know the two respective main events. Coming out of Survivor Series War Games last night, all signs were pointing towards Roman Reigns vs Cody Rhodes Part 3 and Bron Breakker vs CM Punk as the two respective main events. And now a new report from Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio has confirmed that this is indeed the case. Punk getting pinned, that finish was there to tell the story. Like I said the other day, the whole thing when we come out of this match, the idea is we're supposed to know WrestleMania, which is Cody and Roman, and Punk and Bron Breakker are the championship matches. But Breakker vs Punk is definitely the obvious route after War Games, and with Breakker pinning Punk, he can easily stake a claim for the World Heavyweight Championship. The Reigns vs Rhodes match is a little more interesting in terms of a concept. A lot of fans were confused as to why Reigns took issue with Rhodes as opposed to Punk. At the end of War Games, Reigns would inform Rhodes that the two would never be teaming again, which was confusing as it was Punk who was the one who took the pinfall loss. There are a lot of fans who believe that this is just a complete ruse, and if Reigns wins the Royal Rumble in January, then Reigns is going to pick Punk as his champion of choice. Reigns even competing for the world title at WrestleMania is somewhat controversial, as Reigns is a part-time talent, and if he wins, having a part-time world champion isn't exactly a crowd pleaser. So it'll be interesting to see how WWE handles this. That's if Reigns wins the title. Now one theory that is circulating social media today is that WWE will be building towards Reigns vs The Rock at WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia. And there are a strong portion of fans that believe that this match is going to be for one of the respective world titles. A 12-month reign for Reigns where he's barely on the show is a very risky booking move, and naturally the outcome of Reigns vs The Rock means that no matter who wins that specific matchup, fans are going to be left with a part-time champion. Now it was reported earlier in the week that the planned main event for WrestleMania 42 was Reigns vs Seth Rollins, but due to Rollins' injury, these plans have now been scrapped. Unless Rollins makes a miraculous recovery between now and April, the match is off the table. Now, as we've seen with WWE Unreal, plans can change in WWE at a moment's notice, and with it only being late November, WWE could pivot any day now and decide to go in a completely new direction with the biggest show of the calendar year. Let's not forget that Liv Morgan has returned literally 2 months early from her injury. That could be the same case with Rollins. Next up, the real reason Austin Theory joined the Vision. And the secret is out, Austin Theory was the man behind the mask at Survivor Series War Games last night, even though there was much debate that it was the masked man from SmackDown vs Raw 2009. Now numerous reputable outlets including Body Slam and Fightful have confirmed that it was indeed the former US champion, and this immediately shuts down any wild rumors that the mystery man was Seth Rollins or even Chris Jericho, or even some are saying Jon Moxley, which is completely out of there. Theory joining the Vision has been heavily rumored for some time now, but why exactly did Theory join the stable? According to Body Slam via Patreon, this big return was WWE's clever way of reintroducing Theory back on WWE television, especially due to him being out of action with an injury. Sources indicate to Body Slam that this was WWE's way of getting Austin Theory back on TV as a member of the Vision. Austin Theory has been out of action since July with an undisclosed injury. A Body Slam would also confirm the initial report that officials backstage in WWE were high on the young star. WrestleVotes also reported back on October 21st that Austin Theory still had internal support to reappear on TV in a significant manner. A Theory therefore has key names pushing for him within the company, and it was likely presented that this was the perfect opportunity to reintroduce Theory and give him another push. A Theory is a name that has pretty much been screwed over in the Triple H era WWE. Under Vince McMahon, Theory was labeled as the chosen one, and it appeared for the longest time that Theory was going to be the next John Cena, even defeating him at WrestleMania. Unfortunately for Theory, when Triple H took over WWE Creative, it became apparent extremely quickly that the game didn't share that creative vision. Nevertheless, Theory has so much talent and he definitely deserves another shot at becoming a main event level attraction. He has the look, he has the charisma, and he has established history with Logan Paul, and WWE could easily tie in the prior relationship with Seth Rollins down the road if they wish. A lot of fans are asking where this leaves the Grayson Waller arc. Waller in theory quietly broke up off screen after teasing a breakup for about a year, and this was during Theory's injury, and with Waller now being associate of the New Day, it's more than likely that this angle is completely dropped. Due to both being heels, it would make an awkward storyline to pull off, and it may be in WWE's best interest if the two talents just go their separate ways. The end of the Survivor Series War Games, specifically the presentation of Bron Breakker in Theory, felt like a statement from WWE and Triple H. They've been panned all year for failing to push young and upcoming talent, and now they're giving the keys to the kingdom to two names under the age of 30. This is a welcome change of pace, and it's certainly appreciated that WWE are taking fan feedback on board. Next up, a WWE return was kept top secret. Due to Austin Theory's return leaking online, it wouldn't come as a surprise if WWE revealed a return at the end of the show or even on the post-show panel, but WWE are continuing the mystery of the Masked Man. On the post-show panel, Paul Heyman was asked if he knew who was the man in the mask, and according to Heyman, he has no idea. How would I know? The man was wearing a hood. How would I know? How would I know? You ask if this was a Machiavellian plan of Paul Heyman. You presume that I'm guilty without giving me the benefit of the doubt that I'm innocent. It'll be interesting to see how long WWE lets this play out, as all the substance has gone if everyone knows that the Masked Man is now Austin Theory. WWE needs to avoid having the crowd chant Theory directly at the Masked Man on Raw, so a big reveal on Raw tomorrow night isn't out of the question. The big reveal being that Heyman directly brought Theory into the Vision faction could be the way to go, and Theory officially being labeled as a Paul Heyman guy gives him every opportunity in the world to succeed in this main event level run. Next up is a popular WWE tag team over. The tag team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss has been one of the highlights of WWE television in 2025. The tag team partnership has brought out a new side of Flair, and it's certainly been welcome that Flair has been able to deliver authentic character work. But with that being said, there is concern that the tag team has run its course, as according to Flair on the post-Survivor Series show, she doesn't know what's next for her, but she's more than happy to pursue her singles aspirations once more. I don't know what the future holds for me, whether that means winning again with Alexa Bliss or earning an opportunity to face Jade Cargill or Stephanie Vaquer. I just want to be better, so if I do get put back into the singles title scene, I'm going to give it everything I've got. I'm open to it. I've always wanted certain things, and wherever this journey takes me, I'm ready. Now, there's still a ton of equity in the storyline, so hopefully WWE holds back before they move Flair and Bliss into respective singles runs again. Next up, Triple H was heckled last night. There continues to be significant disappointment that WWE couldn't bring Edge in for one final match versus John Cena. Edge remains under AEW contract, meaning that if WWE seeked a one-time only appearance, it would have been likely that Tony Khan turned them down. Following Survivor Series last night, Triple H was being interviewed by the pre-show panel, and he was being heckled by thunderous chants of "We want Edge." These chants were extremely loud, and they were clearly distracting the game. Triple H failed to address the chants, which was probably the right move. Whilst Edge won't be a part of Cena's final run, it's possible that he's in attendance at his Hall of Fame induction, which is rumored to take place next year. AEW talent have been in attendance at an annual ceremony in the past, so this is something that Tony Khan is clearly in favor of. Next up, is Bron Breakker hurt? Now, there was immediate concern for Bron Breakker during War Games last night. Breakker would take a devastating doomsday device, and he landed horribly right on his neck. It was clear that he was hurt from this, as he held his neck in place. And you could even see Cody Rhodes looking at Breakker to see, is he okay? The camera immediately cut away from him, and it was revealed to the audience that the WWE medical team were then checking up on him. Thankfully, he appeared to be okay as he was back to performing his scripted spots 5 minutes later. If Breakker was legitimately hurt or concussed, this would have changed the entire trajectory of the match, and it's likely that a new finish would have had to been improvised on the spot. Next up, nobody noticed that Brock Lesnar broke character last night. Brock Lesnar has been on a roll in 2025, and he's broken character numerous times, one by ripping his pants on SmackDown, and the other slipping on the entrance ramp, even putting his hat on Bron Breakker. But it seems that Brock Lesnar would continue showing his softer side following his match at Survivor Series last night. Once he and his team of Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Drew McIntyre and Bron Breakker won the match, the camera picked up on Lesnar interacting with a young fan at ringside, and nobody seemed to notice this at the time, as even though Brock Lesnar was supposed to be posing with his team for the end of War Games, his attention was definitely elsewhere. Now, according to fans on social media, this was a young fan that was battling cancer, but that may not be the case, as looking at where Charlotte Flair was where she went up to greet the young fan, it was in a completely different spot. Many fans believe that this is Nick Khan's daughter and his family at ringside. Bronson Reed and Logan Paul also interacted with the fan, and they likely decided kayfabe should go out the window to give this lucky fan a moment they would never forget. Next up, Paul Heyman caught shoving a young fan. Now, whilst Brock Lesnar was the one who was showing his softer side, the wise man Paul Heyman was showing a more brutal heel act, as during the end of the War Games match, Team Vision was being led out by security through the crowd. But during the moment, one young fan went up through security and went to Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman shoved the kid right back out. Now, Paul Heyman is getting some backlash for this moment. And yes, whilst fans should never get too close to wrestlers while security are present, this was a young fan after all. But the kid didn't even look fazed from the push, which probably means he's done it before, right? If that was me, I'd be in tears. Maybe it was just a bad moment for Paul Heyman. Next up, the host of John Cena's final ever match revealed. Now, final story today looks ahead to John Cena's final ever match, as WWE has officially announced the host of Saturday night's main event special. On the Survivor Series pre-show yesterday, WWE revealed that Stephanie McMahon will act as one of the two hosts for the show. The former WWE Women's Champion will be joined by Joe Tessitore. Now, for those unaware, McMahon played a pivotal role in keeping Cena on the roster back in 2002, even going so far as to saving him from getting released from the roster, and saving his entire wrestling career. Now, we still have no information in relation to what other matches are going to be on the card. We know that John Cena's match will main event, but the competitors in the NXT Showcase matches have yet to be revealed. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news, stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below. I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.